rule, and much to the dismay of many, a player may lift his pivot foot to shoot, pass, or call timeout. This first play is an example of lifting the pivot foot to shoot. Number 11 White dribbles into the lane, has the ball dislodged, dribbles again, and lands on 2 feet. Number 11 White establishes his left foot as his pivot. Number 11 White proceeds to take a step with his right foot, lifts his left foot to shoot, and releases the ball before his pivot foot hits the ground. This is a legal move. No travel here.
Her left foot is the pivot foot. She pivots, then picks up the left foot to try for goal, which she can do. If we pick up our pivot foot to start a dribble, that's a traveling violation. But in this case, she picks up the pivot foot to try for goal. It is properly no call. Speak to the traveling aspect, and it's an excellent no call. You'll notice that his left foot is the pivot foot. He picks it up just to shoot, but it never goes back down, therefore not a traveling violation. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the pivot foot. As I've stated before, you can call it whatever you want, Euro step, step through, up and under, whatever terminology is used out there. The bottom line is we're looking for the pivot foot. The pivot foot comes up but not down. Excellent no call by the officials.
This is not a traveling violation, and this is properly no call. The left foot is the pivot foot, and he picks it up, steps through, but never puts it back on the ground and shoots. And this is a legal play. So,
point of emphasis. To shoot for a field goal, the pivot foot may be lifted, but may not be returned to the floor before the ball is released from the hands. It is the right foot that is established as the pivot foot. The offensive player pivots, making a wide step on the left foot, then lifts his right pivot foot and releases the ball for a shot before the pivot foot returns to the floor. Legal play.
My right foot is now my pivot foot, right? So my question is, so I'm still pivoting on this foot, right? So according to this rule, I can lift my pivot foot and stay on my left foot as long as I can until I feel like passing or shooting.
And then shoot it. Legal. Rule says that you can lift a foot to shoot or pass.
You can always lift your pivot, but you can't put it down unless you've passed it and shot it. So he's shooting it. You can keep your lifted. You can lift your pivot foot, and now if you bring it back down, it would be a travel. And let's see what it looks like. Here's the fake. Here's the step through. Here's the lifted shot and lifted foot.
Legal?
It's legal.
It's called the up and under when they do a step through. Kyle establishes his right foot as his pivot foot. You are allowed to take one step to pass or shoot. And as you can see here, that right foot stays down, and he brings the left around and does one step.
Up. Yeah. Give it back here. Good. Up, lift. Also shoot. That's what it's going. That's fine. It's not something. So FIBA, both men and women, we don't have separate rules. Right, exactly, right? And NBA, that's allowed. There's nothing wrong with that. That's basketball. But you're allowed to pick up your pivot.
A1 establishes one foot as a pivot. While faking a pass or try, A1 lifts the pivot and stands on the other foot alone while undecided as to what to do. This is legal. Traveling would occur only if A1 begins a dribble or returns the pivot foot to the floor.
This is a legal move, as the ball handler ends their dribble with both feet off the playing court and lands simultaneously on both feet. The ball handler then steps with their left foot while using their right foot as a pivot. There is no violation on this play.